Guys, I hope that you will stay until the end of this video and I will be doing this in my videos. I hope that you guys are enjoying the content. And if you stay to the end, I will have something special for you. In some cases, it will be a treat. In some cases, it will be a tidbit or some sort of information that you can benefit from. So for those of you who stay to the end in this video, I will have some special information relating to investments, crypto, and the stock market. And guys, continue to follow my channel because in an upcoming video, I might have a special guest that will be joining me to talk specifically about the Trump effect and the stock market and investments. Again, I am Rod Petway with IVizon Media. This is the Rod Petway Show. Welcome back, guys, to IVizon Media. I am Rod Petway. This is the Rod Petway Show on IVizon Media. Guys, the election has finally come to an end, and want to take a moment and congratulate Donald Trump, the Republican nominee, and now is the president-elect and will be our 47th and next president after the inauguration in January. Guys, if you have been keeping up with the election ever since probably, I would say, around early March or April this year, we all probably are exhausted from so much of the antics, the media, and so many things that happened during this election. But can you imagine the president-elect himself, so much that he went through with all of the trials, traveling, campaigning, and guys, we all know that he doesn't even have to do this. But in the end, it has all paid off because not only did he win, but he won in a landslide victory, including the Electoral College, as well as he won the popular vote, as well as the Republicans now have a majority seats in the Senate and even in the House also. Additionally, he won all of the swing states, including even the ones that were the blue wall. So there was an overwhelming mandate, I think, overwhelming victory. Congratulations to Donald Trump. The American people have spoken. This video is going to highlight a few facts about the election and the road ahead. I hope that you enjoy this video. Again, I ask you, if you like the content, that you would share the video, follow my channel, and continue with me on this journey. Guys, I am excited about the victory. Again, in one of my previous videos, it is not my place to tell anyone who to vote for. And I don't know who you guys voted for. I just congratulate you if you did actually vote. Of course, I voted, and I did vote for Donald Trump and the Republican Party. And yes, I am excited that he will be taking office and making America great again. So I'm going to put my hat right here. This is the iconic hat that I know you guys have seen. So yes, let's join Donald Trump and watch him make America great again. Here is my sticker. I'm in the state of Georgia. Don't know if you can see this. You can see it says that I am a Georgia voter. Excited about my vote, guys. Donald Trump won this election with a landslide victory with 312 total Electoral College votes. Let's take a look at the Electoral College Map. Donald Trump secured the U.S. presidency against Democratic nominee Vice President Kamala Harris in a comeback victory 4 years after he was voted out of the White House. Tens of millions of voters embraced a vision of leadership likely to test democratic institutions at home and relations abroad. Take a look at the election map's results, and some of the results are actually still coming in. And as we see, guys, the map is actually dominated with red. So we can see on the map the landslide victory, and actually it's a representation of the American people speaking, because they were tired of the policies and practices of the Democratic Party and Democratic rule and the liberal left. So the American people have spoken, and we can see those results here on the Electoral College Map. Republicans won control of the U.S. Senate amid a slew of victories by allies of Donald Trump, giving the GOP powerful leverage in high-stakes tax spending battles for next year. Republican candidates defeated Sherrod Brown in Ohio, unseated Montana's Joe Tester, and picked up the open Senate seat in the West Virginia. Nebraska Republican Deb Fisher also fended off an unexpected tough challenge, giving the party 53 seats in 100-member Senate. So, guys, Donald Trump is going to enter the presidency with a majority in the Senate. This is going to give him a great amount of leverage to get bills that he wants to pass and new laws to make them actually become legislation, because he should have the votes needed to pass his new legislation in the Senate, and not only in the Senate, but also in the House. So that will be a great advantage for him. Guys, as we know, this election had some battleground states, or they were calling them swing states. And that was because in those states, it was very pivotal that it was very close between the Democratic nominee Kamala Harris and the Republican nominee Donald Trump for those electoral votes. Remarkably, Pennsylvania was one of the probably most important battleground states. Many in the media actually called it the biggest prize. There are a lot of union workers there. We also know that they do a lot of mining there. There was the fracking issue during the election, where previously Kamala Harris said that she was against fracking. Then she changed her position, stating that she was for fracking. We all know that Pennsylvania has 19 electoral votes. And very excited to say that, yes, Donald Trump did eventually win the state of Pennsylvania, gaining the 19 electoral college votes. With the 19 electoral votes, Pennsylvania is widely seen as the most pivotal state in the election. There were 7 swing states. They were Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan, Georgia, North Carolina, Arizona, and Nevada. And as we now know, Donald Trump won all of the swing states, in addition to the other states, or the usual ones that vote Republican. Remarkably, he also won what the media referred to as the blue wall. Those were states that Kamala Harris needed to win if she had an opportunity to win the nomination to become the next president. They were Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan. But again, as we know, Donald Trump not only won those, he also won all of the blue wall states as well. So the American people spoke powerfully and strongly. Michigan carries 15 electoral votes, has a lot of unions and blue-collar workers who were crucial, very crucial bloc. And the Biden-Harris administration's support for the war in Gaza actually fractured the Democratic support for Harris in that state with a large Arab American population. Georgia, which is the state that I'm in, carries 16 electoral votes, and this state is rapidly diversifying itself. There were like 5 groups of voters who were remarkable in shaping this state's outcome, but as we know, it went to Donald Trump. North Carolina, with its 16 electoral votes, had a major hurricane hit a lot of cities and caused a great amount of devastation there. And Joe Biden and Kamala Harris dropped the ball there with FEMA and how they handle a lot of the finances for the support of the victims for the hurricane. In contrast, we know that Donald Trump went to the state. He visited a lot of the areas that were devastated by the storm. He also partnered with Elon Musk to bring in satellite coverage so that they could have their cell phones work and communicate, because all communications were down. And many days passed before they even heard anything from the Biden administration. Well, I do think that ultimately they paid a price at the polls for how they handle the situation in this state, because Donald Trump was victorious also from the state of North Carolina. And the state of Arizona, guys, had 11 electoral votes. There are a lot of natives in this state. We also know that it is a border state. But surprisingly, a lot of the people there, as we know now, and this is actually breaking news, Donald Trump has also won the state of Arizona. A lot of the natives there have chosen Donald Trump probably because they also are worried about so many illegals crossing the border and have not been vetted. Because, guys, when this happens and you have so many illegals randomly crossing the border in great numbers, it not only causes problems for Americans, but it also causes problems for all people in general, because many of those people have not been vetted, and also they are committing crimes, or they are also criminals themselves. Guys, in this historic election, and also there's going to be a large number of other historic events happening because Trump will be the president when the Olympics rolls around in Los Angeles, and he will still be the president. And I will actually go into the future and predict, as well as say that I hope that his presidency is extended through his vice president, Vance. As we all know, he was a great selection for the vice president. And who knows what the future holds, but maybe he will decide to run for president at the conclusion of this presidency for Donald Trump. Trump won the popular vote decisively in this election. It was the highest for a Republican ever. The Senate has now flipped to a majority Republicans with 53 seats. The House is about to keep its Republican majority with the 213 seats it already won, and looking to pick up 9 more after all the votes have been counted, because some of the vote is still being counted even as I make this video. However, I don't know when you're going to see this video. This would result in a complete clean sweep, and thus giving Trump everything he needs to fulfill his mandate from the people of America, immigration, the economy, and foreign relations. Trump's victory has already resulted in Putin calling for negotiations to end the Ukrainian war, China wanting peace in the U.S., Hamas and the Houthis calling for an immediate end to the war. Also, guys, as I'm making this video, and again, I don't know when you will watch it, but the stock market began to rise immediately after it was announced that Trump had won, as well as the crypto markets. So if you are in the markets, congratulations, because hopefully by now you are realizing and witnessing profit. And personally, I call it the Trump effect. Well, guys, I have reached the end of this video. I hope that you have enjoyed this content. Again, I ask that you go in the bottom, make comments, ask questions, let me know how you feel about the video, like the video, share the video, and follow me. I will continue to bring you unbiased content with no spin. Again, I am Roderick Petway. This is the Rod Petway Show with IVizon Media.